Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 44 of Europa Universalis for as Malwa, and we can see that Delhi have an army on the march. They are at war once again with Transoxiana. They are still at war with Vijayanagar in the same war versus Bamanis, although they're not really doing anything there. But this is problematic for us because we do need to take that land back from Transoxiana. It is part of India. So we will need to take that. Although we may not actually need it to trigger the event, because you don't need every single province. You just need some of them, and having the correct ones gives you cores on all the rest. So it's actually Bharat that we want to form. So we need Multan and Surat. Where's Multan? So we need Multan. Yeah. Okay. I wish you could mod. There's probably a mod for it. I'll admit. There's probably a mod. But what would be really great in this game is if you had a way where you could put like stars or map pins on provinces of interest, so you could find them again more easily later. Madurai, isn't that just the Japanese word for green? So, because there's a watermelon flavoured alcoholic drink named after it, which I think is because it's green. Okay, so yeah, well, that is definitely somewhere that we will need. Where else are we going? I'm guessing all of these are within the Indian place. Kandy is... So yeah, we are going to have to get down. I'm not worried about Transoxiana yet. I'm expecting some sort of defensive war against them at some point, so I will be ready for that. But certainly I will want to take Bamanis and Vijayanagar before I worry too much about Transoxiana. Our income is really, really poor at the moment. A lot of that's on advisors' maintenance and rooting out corruption. Rooting out corruption is very expensive right now. But, you know, let's just go and get it done. I would like to get some better advisors, but we just can't afford it. We could reduce our army maintenance down, but I prefer not to have to do that. Our separatists are going away, which is to be expected. As the separatists are going away, you guys can actually just go back to drilling. We have been informed that a diplomat from Bengal has been discovered building a spy network. That's not a problem because Bengal won't exist for too much longer. A few more years and they will be gone. What's our relationship like with Vijayanagar? It's still quite good, actually. Let me go ahead and improve relations with you guys. Let's go and insult the Commonwealth. Why they've chosen me as a rival, I have no idea. Normally they wouldn't be a valid rival for me because they're too far away. Oh, that's... I never played this far zoomed in. The maps in EU4 and the units actually look really good. And Paradox are kind enough to send me all of the unit model packs because they have unique looking units for each nation now, or at least a lot of the major ones. And some of the areas on the map really do look fantastic, especially when you find like cities and things. There are actual buildings, and you know there are animals and things on the map. Why this elephant is so much smaller than this elephant, I really don't know. You can see where there are manufactories. Also, why is there an elephant here? Because this is like dyes and spices, not ivory, but you know, weird. But yeah, the maps just look quite weird, but I always just end up playing the game like this. You know, it's just... In this map mode, look at that and tell me what's going on. I mean, okay, there you can see the names of the countries. Zoom that far in, you've got some very difficult to read multicoloured lines. It's just so much easier doing it like, you know, in these map modes. Why would you play it any other way? Anyway, that's enough waffle. I did notice that I can now get my next Diplotech. So let's go ahead and do that. We are still behind in Diplotech. We'll soon be able to grab the next admin tech. That might put us far enough forward to get some admin efficiency. I doubt it, but it might. We'll soon be able to get the next military tech as well. Now this might mean, again I doubt it, but it might mean that we're catching up with Ming. No, he's still like bright green compared to us. We are staying mostly ahead of our neighbours. Delhi are going to get wrecked. I feel sorry for Delhi. No, I don't feel sorry for Delhi. I feel sorry for me that I'm going to have to try and get this stuff back from Delhi. That's what I mean. We will definitely... I have a claim on that. I'm going to use that declaration to get back to war with Bengal, because that way I can declare war on Bengal without bringing in their ally of Chagtai. So that's fine. We definitely want to do that. Bermanis is getting absolutely murdered, which means at some point we're going to have to break that truce with Vijayanagar and start going after them. We might have to do that sooner rather than later, because I feel that Vijayanagar is going to start getting too strong otherwise. Let's take the admin tech. Still didn't put us ahead of time, but gives us another idea group. Fantastic. We want to grab the next military tech. Losing money. Truce with Sistan has ended. Now this is Sistan here. I don't want anything from Sistan. I want this province from Sindh. But we've got 48. I've still got a fair few years to wait on that truce. Well, Delhi, at one point you were the guys that I were most worried about in this campaign. You are far from that now. You are kind of weak and pathetic at this point in the game. I'm not too worried about Transoxiana. They're big, but they don't have a huge amount of development. It used to be up here somewhere. There is a way to... I can never find it when I'm looking for the flipping thing. But I could go and find it in the ledger. But a lot of this stuff is like really low developed provinces. Some of them are good. I mean, there was a decent one there. But a lot of these are just like plains and steppe. And they're not really worth an awful lot. Same with Shagtai. There's a lot of big nations that just... they're big empty provinces. Rather than having lots of tiny little provinces with multiple stages of development. So I get a feeling we're going to have to take a lot more stuff from Transoxiana than these 3 or 4 provinces here. Which is annoying, but that's just the way it is. So, we get new cannons and we get new infantry. We're not at war, so that's the excellent time to do it. Which one do we want to go for? Probably offensive morale? Or defensive fire? I think morale is always better to have. I always prefer morale. And better cannons. Let's get the leather cannons. What have we got going on here? Some sort of event. 17 noble regiments rise up in Bangalkand. And the Rajputs lose some loyalty. Loses stability. Or we can just take a local tax and manpower modifier and give it some autonomy. Let's just do that. Seems like the best option. I don't want to lose manpower. I'm struggling to although, everyone is now fully reinforced. Which is why we're making positive income again. I use the words positive income very loosely. We've got rid of all the corruption. I think that was where most of the money were going. Should probably stop sucking up to Vijayanagar, actually. They've obviously taken a lot more land from Bermanis. They do like us a lot. There are some claims. I mean, if we take off the improved relations and take off the alliance, we've already got minus 120 there. But that still puts us on plus 80. They refused military access. That was us. We refused military access. Getting border fiction. They're allied with us and Andhra, which we don't care about. I mean, what we could do, if we really wanted to, you're being guaranteed by Bermanis. What we could do is we could declare war on Andhra and bring both Bermanis in and Vijayanagar. The problem we've got, of course, then is that they're linked up Gower. The problem that we've got then is neither of them would be co-belligerents, so it'd be really expensive to take anything from either of them. Now, we could do that right now. Bermanis don't have much of an army at the moment, if they've got one at all. Vijayanagar do, though. And I don't have a lot of manpower. And do I really, really want to break my alliance with Vijayanagar at this point? It's probably not a bad idea. There's probably not a lot of reason to sort of stay friendly with them. We are going to have to take that land at some point. what I'd prefer to do, possibly, is wait until Bermanis gets smaller, conquer Bermanis completely and maybe force vassalize them, and then start taking the Vijayanagar cores, well, the Vijayanagar provinces that have Bermanis cores and feed them back. And that might save us some admin points. That might be the better way of doing things. But yeah, I mean, I could certainly... Do I have a claim on Andhra? Vijayanagar's got a permanent claim on it. Let's go ahead and build a spy network. Let's get a claim there so that we've at least got that option. We've lost an advisor, was our admin guy, who I think was a +3 guy. Can't even afford these two, so I guess we're just going to take... See, the production efficiency guy would be good. Let's wait until we've got enough money to get the production efficiency guy. And we're going to lose out on a couple of turns of gaining any extra admin points, but I think that's fine. We'll just wait a little bit. Because we now have an admin idea group, as well as still being behind in admin tech. So it'd be nice to take those 2 bits of land away from Vijayanagar, but, you know, if it keeps their armies separate... Vijayanagar also have a very good navy. So if I want to go to war with Vijayanagar, I've really got to be careful. England are down here as well. I suppose they're on the east coast of Africa, yeah. So that's not a surprise, really. So we might have some trouble with England later if they start grabbing bits from Vijayanagar. Delhi is still getting wrecked, not surprising. Maybe I just have to go for this. Maybe I just have to sort of go in and take it. Either way, we still need to get that claim before we can do anything. Now, it certainly would have... Underhanded rogues in Portugal have the goal to claim Malwa as their own. Really? Okay. Interesting. It might be an event that caused that to spawn. So I'm a little bit stifled at the moment. I'm not making a huge amount of money. I am recovering manpower, but we still have a deficit. We really want to slow Vijayanagar's expansion down. We can use Andhra as a way to do that. I would prefer it if they weren't actually being guaranteed by Bermanis, so I could just go in and fight Vijayanagar. That would work out better for me, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Naval units, we can only get 4 more, so it's not really worthwhile doing anything there. There is a potential rebel faction that isn't really doing anything. So I'm probably not going to bother too much with that. It's Sikkim, actually. Let's just go and move you guys into... So I could just raise the autonomy. Let's raise the autonomy. It'll go away on its own. If I am going to do this, if I am going to try this, I will need to have, like, all of my armies down here. Let's get you down onto this coast. Because we want to try and be able to block Vijayanagar from moving up in this direction. It is quite possible if we did declare a war over here that Bermanis, well, they can't refuse the call. I don't think. They are in debt. Yeah, positive. Attitude towards enemies, defensive war. They're massively in debt, though. But they've probably just taken a load of loans to try and rebuild their armies. Most likely what has happened. It's going to be a little while before we can get that claim. Truce with Mong Nai has ended. That is fine. Not bothered about that. Don't think we need another building. We do need to upgrade some forts at some point. Not enough money to build anything useful. Okay, that's fine. Could build the armies up a little bit more. Which is probably not a bad idea. Of course, the problem with doing that is going to use up all of our available manpower. It's going to use up all of the money that I currently have saved, which is next to nothing, I'm aware. And it's going to cost me more money per month in army maintenance. So it's not that good an idea. Lose 10 prestige or gain +2 national unrest. We'll take the national unrest because at the moment everything is pretty fine. So I don't think we have too much to worry about there. I am going to go ahead and remake this template though. So instead of it being a standard 25, which of course we have to delete now because, you know, you can't just edit a template. So we want to make it a standard 30. There's nothing standard about it. It's just what I like to call it. So we're going to have 4 cavalry. We're going to go up from 11 cannons and to 14. And then we're going to have 12 infantry at the front. So that means we've got a front row that is 16 wide, and the back row is only 14 wide. So you never want to have a... You will always... Cannons always sit at the back, but you'll always fill the front row first. So if your front row isn't as wide as your back row, then your cannons are going to get directly attacked. So you always want to make sure that the front row is wider than the back row. Back row is always cannons, front row is always infantry and cavalry. So... If we'd have gone the other way and had 16 cannons but only 2 cavalry, we'd have had 14 at the front and we'd have had 16 at the back. So the 2 cannons on either end, the cannon on either end would have been getting attacked. So we will do it that way. So we could build these armies up. We will want to try and like jump in as quick as we can. What is your Miltech? You are on Miltech 18 to my Miltech 18. So yeah, we are pretty evenly matched. Maybe. Actually, in terms of tech, yeah, we're actually catching up quite quick. We are definitely getting there. Diplo is still behind. It's because we have such a crappy Diplo leader. That's the problem. The one that he's going to follow is even worse. So Diplo is kind of not our thing. I think we might just go Diplo focus just to sort of even them out. We're further behind in Diplo than anything else. Is it worth taking the reduced core creation cost? I'm going to go yes. It's worth having it. Finishing administrative ideas early is good because it will give us that cheaper admin tech cost when we get to the end. And also we are going to get that trade power modifier as well. So it will pay for itself. Just trying to see if there's anything particularly interesting going on anywhere else in the world. Ithia... This is all looking very messy down here, isn't it? Our truce with Calm has ended. That is calm. That truce has ended already, has it? Interesting. Well, of course, you instantly know what I'm thinking here. And what I'm thinking here is let's go take some more land. I may even just feed all of it directly to Kosh, even though they don't have claims on it. I'll let them... That said, I mean, I'm behind on Diplo now more than I am on admin, so I'd be better off actually taking it for myself and coring it. Especially as we've just got some reduced coring cost. We'll wait until we get up to some reasonable level of morale here. Vijayanagar want military access. I'm going to say no. Who are you at war with now? You're not at war with anybody. You just want to get this guy out, don't you? That's what your problem is. Yeah, Delhi is getting more and more eaten. So, Delhi's not going to be a problem for us. Transoxiana definitely is. Transoxiana are allied with Astrakhan and Sistan. Not too much of a problematic alliance chain there. Sistan are not that problematic. Astrakhan, which one are you? See your name, but I don't see where you're at. Where are you at? Oh, you're these guys. Okay, you're not a problem. You're not really a problem. I don't think they're a problem. I hope they're not a problem. Let's get ready to go in on the 1st of January. Let's go and attack on New Year's Day. So we've truce is up. We have a claim. Bengal will come in. Mongnai will come in again, of course. But hey ho. What can you do? You guys are going to go straight in on that before they have a chance to even react. Bengal, of course, I'm not attacking with a leader here, and I should be. No, I do have a leader. You are going to move in to your fort, which is fine. I'm already locked now. I'm kind of committed to that, so... that was a stack wipe, surprisingly enough. Let's just go and march in on these guys. It looks like Kosh are going to take the siege for us. Oh, you guys completely threw me off there. I did not expect you to be going in that direction. Mongnai probably won't even be able to get here. Let's just go and grab some of these other provinces before you have a chance to start producing more units. I can already see you are doing that. So start moving into these ones. Already a 28% chance that this is going to fall. Didn't quite go yet. You're going to get walked on, I think. They're all probably going to back off into Mongnai because it's the only province they can really safely get to. This is going to be a very quick siege here. How many relationships do I have currently? This one, 4 of 4. Okay. So, Malwa is now completely occupied. Probably want to knock Mongnai out of the war. Let's get you guys back up onto this side of the world, which is where we're likely to have any issues. Lose a load of manpower, which I really don't want to do, or gain... Oh, wow, they both are terrible options. We'll take the manpower hit then. At least we are still in the positives. This war shouldn't be too costly. Can we get to Mongnai? We can. Although I'm not going to bother because Idar are going down there to do it for me, so let them take the attrition, I guess. So I think our armies can just go back to drilling. And as soon as they deal with Mongnai, then we'll get right on that. I'm still keeping this whole Vijayanagar situation in mind. The thing is, if I leave Delhi alone too long, Transoxiana might just dig further and further in, which I don't want to happen. Bengal want peace, which is not surprising. That said, we can just peace out directly with Bengal. So, if I was to take all... See, I can't take all of their provinces because we don't have enough war score, because they're not a co-belligerent. So we could just take these 2 pieces of land. That gives us aggressive expansion with people that we're already not bothered about. Can I get war reps from you? Can I get any money that you may be willing to have? That just leaves you with a few provinces. Yep, so I'll take those for myself. They rejected my offer of peace. How dare they? Lost our military guy. Manpower modifier. Yep, worth having because that means we'll get extra 10% manpower cap, which means we'll get an extra 10% manpower per month. Why did you decline my call? Sorry, decline my peace offer. You shouldn't have done that. You said it was positive, right? Did I misread something? You will not give me that. Positive 2. Demands exceed war score. Alright, well, we'll just knock one lot of gold off then. There we go. So you guys are out of the war. So that leaves us with 3 provinces. Now, if they're going to continue to protect... Are you continuing to protect? You give him military access, but you're not continuing to protect. So there's no point leaving those guys around. So I might as well just sue for peace here, as soon as we get a free diplomat. And just take that for myself and any money they have. They won't actually say yes because we need to siege Mongnai out first. Hopefully, Idar will get that done in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4. I will see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.